Now that you've been on the high school side coaching and at a few games and watching other teams play, what is something that you noticed as far as the high school game that maybe you think is missing as far as what's being taught or what's being shown or what's being directed? If there's something that you see that high school players might be missing that maybe was emphasized when you were playing.
Oh man, I guess going back, because social media has blown up so much. I feel like so many kids have like self-taught themselves certain things because they've been on this social media aspect, that like now going back into high school baseball, I feel like a lot of kids, state that they know more baseball than they actually know, whereas like that work ethic isn't there. And that's like when I was back in high school, like my work ethic was like I was in the cages at night in the evenings. Like you remember, like it was Friday nights that like there was football games going on. People are doing whatever they're doing on Friday nights, and I was in the cages working. And I feel like that's one of the things that I've noticed, that like I don't know if it's just like where I've gone different high school wise, but like the work ethic isn't there. And that's one thing that like I'm really trying to change and trying to get back into the kids, that like if you work your tail off, there's going to be positive results out of it. But it's got to be without us coaches looking. And I noticed that too. Like, it's funny, like when we're doing certain drills and I'll have these kids doing something, I'll act like I'm not paying attention. And these kids, I'll tell them to do 20 reps of something and I'll go act like I'm doing something else. But I'm counting these reps and they're hitting like, 14, 15. And so I'll make them run. And, they think I'm a bad person for doing it. But I'm trying to instill in them this work ethic that like, when you get out in this real world, like I told you, like as soon as I graduated, I had to face this real world. If I would have cheated my way through some of these things, oh my goodness, I couldn't imagine like, having to, get into professional baseball, not having that work ethic. And I saw it. Like I saw it firsthand for kids that like I know for a fact were just naturally gifted, that when they got to the Cincinnati Reds, we got to that first year together, whether they were college guys or they were high school guys, they weren't ready for it. It just ate them alive because they didn't realize how much work it truly was going to take.